reality in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Winston Churchill. Our next speaker is working from the Conflict Communicator Manual. She'll be giving speech number 2, Organize Your Speech. The title is The Power of Perspective. How we view any given circumstance determines our thoughts and the way we feel. Our thought and emotional state determines the actions we take, which ultimately defines our reality and the level of success and fulfillment we experience in our lives. Sam's speech is about the power of thoughts, feelings, and actions, and the power to change one's perspective. I present our second speaker, Sam Latrico.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I would like to call your attention to the screen. And I'd like you to jot down the first meaning that you can depict from those collaboration of words. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now my question for you, is there any other way to look at that? Time to find out who the pessimists in the room are. Who here saw opportunity is nowhere first? Eesh. Your glasses are empty. I think you need a refill. Okay, who saw opportunity is now here?
Now here?
Majority of everybody. Okay, cool. We really are the most talented and creative club. Good. Okay, now how is that possible, right? One picture, but 2 completely different meanings. Do some of us have 20/20? Do some people have some extra espresso in their coffee this morning? I would argue that the difference is a matter of perspective. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Ultimately, the quality of our thoughts and the way that we feel about things determines the actions that we take. And the actions that we take ultimately determine the results that we get and the level of success and fulfillment that we experience in our lives. So if you change your perspective, you can change your life. So in life, we're all dealt a hand of cards, right? And I would argue that it's not necessarily about what cards we're dealt and what cards we have or don't have. I simply think it's a matter of how we choose to play our hand that determines whether we fold or win the game. We all have challenges that we experience. Some physical, mental, emotional, relational, right? Some challenges can be packaged into a pretty little bow and thrown into a closet and nobody has to find out about it. But not for me, right? I have the elephant that I carry with me. So throughout my childhood and in my teens, I grew up hating elephants. But now I realize I can't change it, so I might as well just introduce my elephant. And for those of you that were present for my icebreaker speech, I spoke a little bit about cerebral palsy. I don't want to spend a ton of time doing that today because I only have 9 minutes. But ultimately, the doctors, right, have all fancy terms to describe the condition. I don't really use any of them. Ultimately, it just means that I have very tight leg muscles and poor balance. But I do have guns. So here's the thing. I found a way to make life work. Anything I've ever really wanted to do, I've really made a reality. But I know that people can look at me from the outside when they don't know me and very easily make a judgment and say, well, that girl is disabled. And see, that's never really worked for me because when I look up disabled in the dictionary, it says not able. And that just doesn't really resonate. And I will never define myself by those standards. So I'm confident that if I had chosen a different perspective about my challenge, if I chose to be a victim or make excuses, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So now my question for all of you is, what is your perspective of a bad day at home or at work? And my question for you is, like, who decided what was a bad day? Because there's no actual rule book that says, you know, if this happens, it must elicit an XYZ response, right? Whether something is good or bad is really determined on the meaning that we give it. Now, some of us you're in the medical field, so imagine if you're a surgeon. A bad day for you is your patient dies. Right? If you're in the bomb squad, a bad day for you is like you die. Right? We've all met those people in life like, oh, my dog died, my car broke down. Right? They're just living in a constant state of discontentment, and that's really no way to live life. So I hope in me sharing my perspective about my challenge, maybe you can shift your perspective of what you consider a challenge and learn to not really sweat the small stuff. So let's talk today about how to adjust perspective. So first with our thoughts. So the power of thought. Who here has experience in sales? Anyone? Wow, good majority. Well, even if you don't have experience in sales, I will say that I think every single one of us has been expert closers from the moment that we could comprehend thought. Because we've been selling ourselves on our own excuses as to why we're not good enough, why we're not smart enough, we're not thin enough. Or we basically void the commitments that we make to ourselves. Yeah, I was going to quit that habit on Monday, but you know what? I'll just wait till Wednesday. Who can relate? Say I. Right? That makes us human. But thought is one of the most powerful tools that we have in our arsenal. So shouldn't we be using it to empower ourselves so that we can also empower other people around us? Now, how do we control thought? Because we have like a bajillion thoughts a day. For Marian, I know bajillion is not a word, but it's a lot of thoughts, right? There's no way that we can monitor all of our thoughts. And as humans, in an unideal circumstance, we have that initial, like, what the, right? Today, I got pulled over. My initial thought was, what the, that was not in my plan. I ended up getting a ticket, so that was awesome. But one thing that I always share with my sales reps and recruiters that I work with, and something that I learned very early in my sales career, you cannot control your first thought, but you can always control your second thought and choose a more empowering second thought. And a lot of times, your second empowering thought can literally just be the polar opposite, right? If you're thinking, I can't do this, then it's as simple as I can do this, and I will do this. So I encourage you, Toastmasters, just pay attention to your thoughts over the next few days, hopefully as a result of this message, and try to catch some of the negative thoughts you have and counter them with something positive so you can ultimately retrain your brain. Now let's talk about feelings. Because in many less than ideal circumstances, like we might be able to say, okay, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, but we don't actually feel better, right? So how do we actually feel better? Is anybody familiar at all with Tony Robbins or Tony Robbins met? Okay, one of the things that he talks about is making like a physiological change in your body and like moving around. If you go to one of his events, it's crazy, there's like 6-year-old men that are like dancing on chairs. It's like a zoo. But what he talks about is you can't change your state if you're in the same place that you were when you created it. So that really resonated with me, but then I thought, what happens if I'm like driving or I'm in a work meeting and I can't actually move? Am I just stuck being in a bad mood? Right? So one of the things that I think is most powerful is gratitude, because that's something that you can practice no matter where you are and what you're doing. And I realized, I think we naturally as humans only tend to appreciate things in their absence. For instance, I always say, we don't necessarily think every day about how awesome it is to breathe out of our nose until we're really sick and can't breathe. And then we're like, man, I really appreciate my nose. So I think it's just being aware and replacing the thoughts of I wish I had with I'm already so thankful to have. If you're ever in a negative state, just take a minute to reflect on the 3 things, people or opportunities that you really appreciate. And it really can be helpful. One of my favorite tactics as well that I learned early in sales as well, this could be worse if. Okay, I'm really good at locking my keys in the car, which I probably shouldn't admit to other people. But, you know, I tried using it once. I was like, okay, Sam, this could be worse if, like, I had no pants on, I didn't have my ID, AAA, and I was stuck in a cobra pit. This could always be worse if. Now let's talk about action, right? So when we have the right mentality and we're feeling good, it's a lot easier to take the necessary action towards getting us closer to our goals. But the thing is feeling good and thinking positive thoughts isn't enough. You do have to take action. Has anybody ever heard of the guy that hoped, dreamed, and prayed that he'd win the lottery, but he never actually bought a lotto ticket? Right? So action is crucial. So doing what's right instead of what's easy is very important. So the 5-minute, 2-minute rule, this is something that I've taught a lot to sales reps, so it's very applicable in the sales field. But I think it could be applicable to you as well in any profession or in your life. 5-minute rule, be negative for 5 minutes, vent, do what you need to do, but learn from it and move on. And then the 2-minute rule is taking action towards something for 2 minutes that's going to get you closer to your goal. So if you're trying to work out, you don't feel like working out, do it for 2 minutes, and as soon as you get started, that momentum is going to help you keep going. So today we've talked about the power of thought, feeling, and action. In any situation, it can be a gift or an opportunity. You can look for gold or dirt, and you'll get whichever you look harder for. Thank you.